Hi, my name is Dale Comstock. In this segment, I'm going to talk about how to disarm an assailant that puts a weapon, a handgun, in the small of your back. This particular technique, I think, is very simple to learn, and one of the reasons it's simple to learn because it relies on gross motor techniques. In other words, large muscle groups to execute the technique in itself, rather than using hand-eye coordination and fine motor skills that require, really finesse, which is very hard to do when you're under pressure or under stress, because nature has pretty much adapted your body so that when you're under stress, the adrenaline goes, surges through your body, and really your large muscle groups that are now activated and your fine motor skills go out the window. Your body only uses or recruits the muscles it needs to fight or to flight, and that's usually, if you go back to to primitive beings, it's really the large motor skills to either run away or to pick up a rock or swing a club or whatever to bash the attacker or whatever it may be. So again, gross motor skills, and really the technique, I think, is simple. You can't learn it in a couple of minutes, but with a little bit of practice, it wouldn't take long to learn it. And you don't actually have to have a weapon to practice this either. You could actually put a felt marker pen in somebody else's hand and use that as pretty much the barrel of a weapon. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is talk you through the technique in itself. So what you're looking at is a little bit of a video here that I made where I go through the technique. Now, what's important here is if someone sticks a gun into your back, don't raise your hands way high up over your head. Rather, bring them about head and eye level. Keep your hands back, because really this is about time and distance. It wouldn't be unreasonable to look over your shoulder to see what's going on, and when you're looking over your shoulder, try to determine which hand the weapon is in. So if my adversary has a weapon in his right hand, I'm going to roll to my left, and if his weapon is in his left hand, I'm going to roll to my right. Okay, so I want to roll past the weapon, and as I turn, basically the muzzle now comes off of my back, off to the side, so if it does go off, it's not going to shoot me directly into my core. So as I roll, what's going to happen next is, in this case, it's the right hand shooter. My left arm comes over the top of his right arm. I grasp his arm behind the elbow and keep a firm grip behind the elbow. It gives me more leverage. My other arm, my right arm in this case, comes over, grabs the wrist, pins the arm to my body, and then I torque my body as I lower it, bending at the knees. So the lowering and the torque of the body helps pin the weapon in tight. Gives me enough leverage with one hand that I can maintain with that hand, and then let go of the other hand, come around and grab the pistol, then release with my left arm, my left hand, grab the pistol, and now turn the weapon again. As I turn my body back counter, in this case clockwise, I basically torque the weapon to the right, counter again clockwise, and if his finger's in the trigger, it's going to go off, and it's probably going to go off into his body, as a minimum, it's going to break his finger. But I turn my body, torque it around, and I rip the weapon loose. In this case, I create a little bit of space using my front leg, front thrust kick, basically, but you don't have to do that, and take the shot if I want to, or run away. Now, what you notice in my technique as well as when I turn, basically I use my forearm and my elbow to hit my adversary across the face, the chin, just to stun him or hopefully knock him out. I'm very aggressive in my movement on purpose. Anything I can do to hurt him or distract him is only going to be to my benefit. They include giving him a front thrust kick right in the sternum to help push him away and set him up for, again, for me to shoot if I need to. What I'm demonstrating here is a ballistic backpack that we have. It's rated at 3A. It's bulletproof on one end and has a concealed holster built into it automatically. So you can actually carry a concealed weapon in it that's closed up, held together with earth magnets, very powerful, so the weapon doesn't just fall out. But basically you have a weapon that's actually very accessible, and if you wanted to reverse the backpack and put it on like body armor, you could do that. Or you could actually carry the body armor on your back. And what I'm demonstrating here is I'm walking down the street, and adversary comes along, I hit the quick release, the backpack slides around, draw the weapon from the concealed holster, and now I actually have not only a little bit of defense with my backpack, but I also have my weapon available for self-defense. If you're interested in the backpack, go to the link on our page, and you can certainly order it. And I think you'll find it quite useful, and a great product for self-defense.